All right, we back, y'all. I don't know what happened.
What's up, people?
Hola.
Mm. ¿Cómo estás?
Okay. Bien.
All right, we here.
We back. We
What's
back.
up,
We
people?
back.
I got a
This
feeling that
is,
Tony is about to pop off.
you know, he is.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
Look, man, Tony a little tired. That's why he didn't come on talking deep when he seen you on the panel.
Got you.
I don't even know what y'all are at right now. I know where y'all was at earlier, but I don't know where y'all are currently at.
We was talking about tank
Oh,
issue, the tank issue.
Look, this is all I'm gonna say. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. I know in America we like to say they're guilty until proven innocent because that's how it always is. But
right.
at the same breath, I don't victim blame either. So I just stay neutral till all the facts come out.
hmm
But I will say for Tank, it is a bad look when like every other 6 months is another female saying you beating
Real
on her.
rap, dog. Like, god
Real.
damn. He need to go hang with Jalen Hurts, Tony. Yes, he need to go get some
No,
PR
you know what he need
lessons
to do,
from
Dean?
Jalen Hurts.
He need to fight Shield. Shield been looking for a dude to fight,
Oh
and
That
then
man.
he been
y'all,
looking for females to fight. That's the
y'all,
But
oh,
fight.
there you go.
do y'all remember
That
what he said at that press conference though? Do y'all remember what he said? He was like,
Uh,
if I beat women, don't you think there'll be more women coming out saying that I beat them? And now another one just came out, you know?
But here's my problem with that.
But hold on,
We
Mr.
all
Greg.
seen him
I
with the
wanted to ask you
basketball
what it
game. We seen
what
him yoke
happened
up
with
old
the
girl at the basketball game.
Yeah.
what
yeah.
happened with the NBA player, Mr. Greg, that you said she tried to do this too.
See, that's the only thing I heard that she had done it with an
It got
NBA player,
dismissed
but I
too,
haven't
Sin.
heard anything else.
It got dismissed too, Sin, because they tried to do some shit like this in the NBA. We would have heard about it. They don't play that shit. Your ass gets suspended. The NBA, see, the NBA different, too. They can suspend you off of just the fact that you're accused of this shit, and they think that it's off of their discretion. If Adam Silver think your ass might have did that shit, 20 games until we figure it out.
He's
Yeah,
accused of
NBA
kidnapping too,
and
right?
NFL, they
Unlawful
move on that
movement.
fast.
Yeah, they move on that shit fast because there's so many
So
sponsors too. It's they
hey,
can't even.
does Tank have a PR team? Because they seem like they do a terrible job.
They probably you got to understand
Uh,
too. Tank the type of nigga. Even if they do got a PR team, it don't stop that little crazy motherfucker from doing what he going. Tank gotta want to listen. Like Tony's saying, it's Tank. It's him. He gotta.
yeah.
I don't give a damn if he not doing. I don't think Tank. I don't think Tank out here uppercutting. First of all, when somebody accuses you of domestic violence, you have to have evidence. Either if Gervonta Davis hits any woman, it should be physical evidence of that. I'm not gonna let people get out of this. Like I said, Floyd Schofield, we saw what his damn daddy did. That shit was out the next week. Somebody put that shit out. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so my thing is, I don't like that it's this many occasions, but I've also gotta be real and say, yeah, it's keep happening, but then they keep finding out once the evidence come out that the boy ain't do shit. So where I think his responsibility is, stop messing with these ratchets. Like Rick was saying, go get you a nurse, go get you a 2 cent, go get you a key, go sit your ass down, go have your daughters and your son and go to the damn park, nigga. Go get a dog. That's what you
You-
need to go do. Go get a damn puppy, nigga. Okay?
But Dean, remember Shay Mosley got a good wife, and she took his belt in the divorce settlement. So
She did. Hey, Box Hacker, you
I
petty
don't,
and bitch.
the sad thing about it, he wasn't
She
even
took
really
the
married
damn
to her.
the
belt,
man's
Box
belt in
Hacker.
divorce.
That's mean, Hacker.
She's a champion.
What was sad about it, he wasn't even really married to it. He didn't know it.
Yeah, she had a whole other husband and shit.
And that's not talk about Dr. Dre wife.
He
She
played
took
the hell out of him.
boy, Dr. Dre wife, boy, god damn. Like, so
Hey,
God,
y'all
so
know Dr. Hey,
But
y'all know
Dr. Dre was
Dr.
beating
Dre
the
was
shit out
over
of
there beating
his
the
ex
brakes off
girlfriend
that
though.
nah,
lady.
he
Y'all
was,
know he was
though
beating
too.
the
So he
brakes
don't
off
he
that
don't
He
lady.
was beating the brakes off the other lady, man. So I can't feel bad for him.
but see my thing is though with guys like tanking them, they fall from this I call it thinking I'm that nigga syndrome. Thinking I'm special syndrome. Nigga, you ain't special. You're a black man in America with fucking money from the hood that ain't that educated. Nigga, you're a mark. You're a target. And until Tank really, he talk all of this, I can't trust people. But you out here every time they take them panties off, you very trusting, nigga. Stop that. You need to fix that. Don't worry about Shakur and fucking and Devin and them niggas. No, that's not your issue. Your issue is Stephanie, Tiffany. You understand? Big butts and smiles, them Cubans and them light-skinned girls that you like. That's your motherfucking problem, nigga.
And this is another thing, Dean. Let me put y'all on game, or y'all don't already know, but those very like, and y'all know y'all gonna be like, oh, you just hating, but those pretty women like that, they be hella insecure, and
100%.
And
it's
they crazy,
because,
and they be crazy as
but
hell.
it's because women that look like that for real, y'all, like they get done so bad.
Yep.
They get done so bad, and the men don't take them seriously, and it's like a lot.
They
It's like
do
a
it to
lot.
themselves.
See, look, niggas like Tony. You see what I'm
No, it
saying?
ain't. It ain't nothing like me. It's this. You gotta understand, man. Then them pretty ass females done been ran through so much. They just wide open walking. Like, come on, let's be real. They do it to themselves. Ain't nobody hurt them.
It's
You
a
tripping,
culture
Tony.
of this
No,
kind.
I'm
me
not
say-
tripping. A lot of them just want the fucking flame, the fame, the glamour, the money that come with it, and they jump from one to the next.
Can I
It's a
say this,
bug.
Tony, in they defense though, Tony? Because we got to talk about it from both angles. One thing I've noticed, I'll say that my kids' mothers, they probably a step under them Instagram girls or whatever, if I'm being realistic. But one thing that I know about pretty women, that's all they ever been told. They never been able to be the cool girl, or no matter if they had other interests, people around them always point out number one, oh, you donkied up. You got double D's. Look at them lips. And that's all they ever know. So they start having, because I've heard girls talk about this, porn stars and Instagram girls. I've heard them say this, and I never thought about it from this perspective until I heard somebody speak on it. They be like, well, shit, I know everywhere I go, that's all they feel like that's all people want from them is their beauty, the exterior. So then they use that as a trap. They use that like a spider uses his motherfucking web. No, so I just in their defense, Tony, I agree with
hear
you.
what you're saying, but we not talking about like on my level, your level, because I done had some beautiful women too. Don't get me wrong. I've been ripped to the fucking bone ever since I was fucking 14 years old.
Oh my God.
But the thing about it is this: women that go for men who are super successful, that have nothing but money, who are super famous, you already know what you're getting involved with.
No, I agree
when
with
you
that.
don't bring nothing but your looks to the table, you're not going. I'm sorry. I don't care. There ain't no man with that much money, that much fame, who's going to be faithful to somebody who only brings looks to the table. It's just not
But
going to
they
happen.
don't want her to. Hold on, Tony. You act like those men with this money that you're speaking of are out there looking for. They're looking for the woman you're talking about. That's what they want.
I'm not saying they're not, but what I'm saying is that's why I don't feel bad for the men whenever they with a girl and then she pop up with a different baby daddy when he thought he was the dad. Like it's the nature of the beast. If that's what you're going for, it's a two-way street. You know what the game is.
But a lot of women, at least from my time when I was younger, were groomed to only deal with men who had means.
Yeah.
You had the women who only messed with the gangsters and the hustlers. You had the women who was groomed to mess with the athletes, but then you had those who only messed with the top athletes. Then you had the ones who went to school, but their mother was, when their mothers or fathers took them to school, to college, they drove past the med school, they drove past the law school, they told the daughter, that's where you get your man from, one of those two schools. So a lot of times when you are groomed to do this kind of thing, to be this kind of woman, particularly if your currency is your beauty, you learn certain ways to act, you learn certain things to do. And some of these men feel, well, for me to be seen as that guy, I have to have that type of girl over there. So it just depends on where you're coming from and what background you have. Now today, because now you have all this access to porn and technology, surgeries and things of that nature, you got girls who live at home, live in the projects, but now you can fix yourself up to a degree where you look like the girl in the magazine. And a lot of guys who got money on the street, they don't have to worry about learning how to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, or athlete because they got this street money and they can do the exact same thing, buy the exact same type of cars, clothes, jewelry as those guys who had the corporate jobs or who are the athletes. And now everything's reversed. The guys who are in rap, the guys who are athletic and so forth, the movie stars, they want to hang with the boys in the street. So everybody in the same place, so to speak, and all of them doing the same thing.
And this is what's crazy too, Mr. Gray, that you brought that up. It's like these dudes don't even like Ja Morant, for example. These dudes don't even come from the street, but then they get money and then they want to go be in the streets. And it's like y'all are doing this shit ass back. You get the money to get out the street, not get the money to go do street activity. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Mr. Greg,
this has been marketed to them. Yes.
This is where I would say it differs. When you looking at people like Tank, Devin Haney, all them dudes in boxing, they only have pass arounds. Those are not girls who haven't been already ran through, who haven't already been with other famous people. They share the same females.
They don't know
Yeah, they do talk about it. And I heard once the higher,
because they share the same diseases.
But I heard that the higher that you get, so I heard that there are several undercover type of escort services in which some of these women, they are all pretty much, a lot of these women are paid to be with some of these guys, or they fall in love and be with them anyway. And so unfortunately, a lot of these young men are getting with these women and not checking their whole facts. You know, like a Carfax, they not checking their whole facts. They not doing that. But I also want to say that it's so important what Tony had brought up is, you know, let's wait until everything is revealed first, because of course, with this being a high profile case, is going to be revealed. And I say that because so many people were on the case of Jay-Z this year. And then it came out that that woman and that lawyer totally lied on that man. So many people were on the case. I brought this up earlier about Cardi B. You know, we know Cardi get ratchet and all that other stuff, but Cardi has been one of the few celebrities taking her civil trials to court, and she's been winning. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but her last case, just about a month or two ago, she was in court and she won that case over somebody that said that she was that she had hit them. You see what I'm saying? So we have to.
And she took money from Tasha K. Let's not forget that girl.
Exactly. So
what's up, Band Up?
Oh, salute.
We have to be mindful of that. Go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead.
I agree too. Like,
what you got for the show, Band Up? Hold on, Boxing Hacker, Band Up. What you got for the show?
Oh, salute, man. I'm just coming on hearing what y'all guys talking about. As far as what I got to say about this Tank situation, if it is, you know what I mean, all this stuff do come out, whatever the case may be, and it is true, that man is not smart, bro. You ain't fighting no Lamar Roaches. You ain't fighting no Shakur Stevensons. You ain't fighting nobody. You had an opportunity right now to fight Jake Paul right now. That's going to make probably the biggest bag you've ever made. After Jake Paul then tried to get the Canelo route, and then Canelo fell through on him. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a double-edged sword. If this does fall through, where does Jake go after this, as far as who he chooses as a boxer? And at the same time, Tank, I don't know what you're doing, fucking up this big bag. I think you need to go to a moment of solidarity or whatever the hell you boxers do. When you guys you drop off the grid, do a 0 dark 30 or whatever the hell you need to do to get your bag right and to get your business right. Because at the end of the day, you can get whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You literally get whatever you want. There's cats that get whatever they want without even having a little bit of what you got. You know what I'm saying? So when you have this abundance of people that you know what I mean, that you can get access to, I'm trying to keep it respectful. You know what I mean? People that you got access to, then why are you playing around? I don't know what you're playing around. All this echelon and trying to get who's at the same party, who's at the same Cardi B party as you know what I mean, as a so-and-so ain't really working out for you. So go back, you know what I mean, go back to the roots and get what you can. My guy, there's a lot of fish in the sea. You feel me? I don't know why. And if relationship is the issue, because you got to understand, what I don't think nobody's understanding is what we haven't mentioned is not everybody knows how to be in a relationship. Not everybody knows how to deal with their anger. Not everybody knows how to deal with another person's anger, especially when you walk into a certain safe spot with somebody. And you being as rich as you are, I'm pretty sure you ain't waiting a year or two to move in with a female. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really think. Tank, you got to really think, bro. There's a lot at stake right now. And you were just in a good line 3 days ago. You were just in a good limelight on how people talk about you. If anybody was talking about Tank, they was talking about him in a positive light. And how these other cats keep mentioning his name. Now we're talking about something different. We're having a whole different conversation today.
But Tank is low key lucky because they could treat him like they treat Rolly. Rolly, they didn't even wait. As soon as Rolly got allegations, they suspended that guy. Well, they took him out the fight.
Ask Key something too when you finish boxing hacking.
Go ahead.
Key, you were talking about the high end escort service, which I unfortunately know too much about.
Mm-hmm.
But there, I wanted to say most people don't know why Dubai is so popular amongst the wealthy males who are there. Part of it is because of those escort services. A lot of women are going over there, as you probably know as well, and the way they're being treated or being used, I should say, for some money is it's abominable to me. It's a horrible way to go to get some money, because these guys that have money, they go there, and these women get flown over there, and they're being abused, intimately. I won't try to keep it classy, I guess. Camels and dogs and just being used like you're just a piece of meat. But a lot of the women that are Instagram girls, they're not. That's how they're making their money. Now, there's one particular, I guess she's a rapper. What's her name? Shit. Sweetie or something I think that's her name. That is just that she has been. That's how because I know she's not selling she's not selling music, I guess. But a lot of other girls that are Instagram girls, like the Bernice Burgos and some of the others, are doing the same thing. Sooner or later, it happened in the 70s, it's going to happen again. That because the same thing was happening in the 70s, but it was usually with Playboy girls and Penthouse girls. Now it's Instagram girls because we're in a new era. Sooner or later, it's going to come out again. Just like she's being revealed, a lot of these other women that we see in the Instagram girls in their on Instagram and on rap videos, they still make them and things like that. There's going to be an investigation that's going to come out sooner or later that all of these women that we've seen are part of a whole little group of girls that you say pass arounds that are doing these kinds of things. It's probably going to come out as gambling gets investigated in boxing. It's going to happen about the next 18 months. What people don't realize that even though we're in a strange or chaotic era time in this country with the government, that Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, whatever you feel about them, I'm not trying to get into all of that, but they're launching a lot of investigations right now that are very quiet, because I didn't see the NBA thing coming until it got here. We're going to see the same thing in boxing, but I knew that was coming because it's too much money that's still in it, and you got too much machinations going on right now. But what's going to come up is
Turkey made the spot hot, Mr. Greg.
Huh?
Turkey made the boxing hot.
Yeah, it's going to get real crazy in the next 18 months. You're going to hear little tidbits, because I don't know if anybody knew about the NBA investigation.
I was going to say, Mr. Greg,
yeah,
you really knew how big it was going to be, but you kind of got a sentiment when I think it was last year or the year before that they suspended 2 or 3 players for being involved in speculation of whatever the case may be. And I think today both of those players have been brought back. And at the same time, I don't know if you remember, like a couple months before this NBA stuff, they just had Gilbert Arenas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert
Yeah,
Arenas.
the Gilbert Arenas is he the one is tied. All that is tied together with Gilbert Arenas because he said that they
Is
was
he the
doing
one
the
that's
poker
snitching
thing.
for real?
I
Yeah,
think
he's
so
one of the
because
ones.
he was saying he might have been an informant because y'all got to remember, but Gilbert Arenas got in trouble for that gun stuff.
Listen, once the feds get on you, I don't care who you are. When they start talking to you, there's no exit for you. You're gonna sit down. You either going to go into court and try to fight them, or you're going to jail, or you're gonna cooperate. And there's a lot of cooperation going on right now. That's why when you mentioned the girls in the escort services, one thing leads to another, because all of it is kind of tied together, so to speak. Because you've got gambling for men who got money, you got to supply some girls some kind of way. This is
Y'all
where
know who I think snitched for real?
huh?
Listen,
Hey,
check this out. I think that AB snitched because y'all remember when he got caught up in that big U stuff, and it came out that AB was doing rigging up dice games,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, damn, because AB name came up again in the poker stuff. So I'm wondering if AB is the one that gave up all the NBA players because AB was hustling the NBA players at the dice games.
Right. Yeah.
And
Listen.
so,
Go
and
ahead.
now y'all talking about I guess like the sex trafficking, so to speak, I guess you could say with the sex workers and y'all seen how Adrian Broner just came out with that list. And he was like, "Oh, women I wish I wouldn't have cheated on and all of that." But that could have been some cold fed stuff he had going on. Because
Who
why
got
would you come
I'm
out
gonna
and
tell
do that? It just didn't make no sense to me.
They
But
get
I think
I don't know.
I think that's a part of the reason why AB probably playing so crazy. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
it's a good way to
I don't know.
protect yourself. Play crazy.
Man, AB threw away his whole career. That's all I know. I got through.
It's going to be interesting what we see in the next 18 months. With it. A lot of investigations will get revealed. A lot of people that we know or we see in the news, we see as celebrities, going to find themselves under the federal spotlight. Boxing is going to have to explain a lot of things sooner or later because they're looking at boxing. I mean, it's too many ways to still wash money in boxing because it's still not fully regulated. And it's just going to be, like I said it last year, it's just going to be a matter of time. You see little things happening, and those are the red flags that tell you something bigger is coming.
Something. Why do you have the 18 months time period? I'm curious.
That's when you start seeing little red flags. That's almost always the time period before stuff starts getting revealed.
Okay.
Now it could come faster, but usually when the feds are investigating you, because I've been under federal investigation, so and everybody knows that. Well, I think everybody knows that, but they take their time.
Oh yeah,
they're not in a hurry to get you because you ain't going nowhere.
And once they build up a case,
once they got a case, all your exit strategies are gone.
Yeah, they done thought about every kind of loophole that you can get out of.
And they know they already know the answers that you should be given when they ask you a question. Because what people don't understand, and I don't want to get too deep into all of this though, is that telling even a little lie to the feds is a felony. And that's how a lot of people get jammed up because they think if they just don't say something or they tell something wrong.
I mean, you should have a lawyer. You should never just talk to the feds directly.
Most of the time, people are scared.
Yeah, people are just scared. They get scared into it.
They walk up. Huh?
Never go. Because these females out here nowadays. But I don't know where everybody's at far as state-wise. But I'm from Seattle, and we got thousands of ads. You can just Google this or just look at the news, you know what I mean, or YouTube, whatever the case. I mean, you see Seattle's one of the most prominent places for prostitution in the whole U.S. But there's so many women that grow up and just want to do this shit now. it's never gonna end. Supply and demand. At the end of the day, there's always gonna be somebody willing to pay for it, and there's always gonna be women that's always want to give it up. So
Yeah.
that's what I was kind of getting at. Why the hell would you, if you know that and you got all this money coming in, bro? I'm sorry, bro. It ain't tricking if you got it, bro. Hey, I'll be paying for something every day if that's the case, bro. If that's gonna keep me out of court and keep giving me these millions, 'cause I'm not gonna sit there and keep going.
It's not to
I'm
end
sorry.
it.
That makes sense though. Like if you
See,
say
the
you paid for it, right?
investigations aren't to end it. The investigation is to grab the money. See, the feds want to take the money and they want to get higher on the. They want to get the people high at the totem pole. See, you're never going to stop gambling and prostitution and vices. But when the feds want to get at you is because there's now enough money that they want to kill it. Because that's how you can wash it. That these three things is how you wash money, and feds want and the governments want to control their currency and where it goes. And if there's anything illegal going on, they want to get a control of it. Because you already have Bitcoins, and you see a whole bunch of investigations that's taking place, and people done got busted for those Bitcoin. They're trying to find everything they can where they can control the currency because they want to be in charge of your money. And that's what it's really about on a larger scale.
You know who's interesting to me? I always find Floyd interesting to me, Floyd Mayweather, because he had like 13 girls, right? Or like he had a whole bunch of women all at once. But it's only the two women that like he had like, you know, maybe like children with or so that really took him to court. The other ones where he's like sort of like, I don't know, just treat them like they work there or something. He never has any.
That was probably just for show. I don't think he was walking around with them all the time like that. And the women he was really with is the ones he had the issues with.
That's really Miss Jackson and the other one and his baby mother, right?
Yeah.
Where's Jupe at tonight? I'm sorry.
Where's who?
Jupe.
She didn't come through tonight. But I just think this is interesting. Like this Tank Davis thing, I know, you know, they were saying like how deep and serious this stuff gets and how they really like put people in these boxers' lives and like they really try to derail them and fuck them up. And you know, they're saying like it gets that deep. Like I'm not saying Tank is innocent of defending him or nothing. I'm just saying like could it be one of those situations? Because we've seen what's been going on with the stars in the American boxing. So how deep does it go? So it's not a matter of if Tank did it or not. He could have done it. But was somebody in this girl's ear like, go do it now, go file it today? You know what I'm saying? Like to sabotage him in a way, and that doesn't absolve him of anything, but I'm just saying the timing is absolutely strange. The fact that this situation happened before, which messed up the Lamar Roach fight, right? It's like, oh my God, it's like, are you really self-sabotaging yourself like this? Because you wasn't self-sabotaging yourself like this before. Why would you wait till you're 30 years old to start doing this type of shit at the peak of your career?
Well, I'll say this though: if he actually did it, regardless of when they turn it in, whether it's like the night before a fight, he deserves it. You know, if you actually did what was written, then he deserved it.
This is not an argument of if he deserved it. Of course, if he did something, he deserved it. That's not my argument. My point I'm making is was she encouraged to do this right now at this time?
That's the question right there, 2 Cent.
That's what I'm asking. Because for you to say the last event happened on October, by Monday, the last situation happened, and by Friday, you got a civil lawsuit.
I'm telling you, the weirdest one was Rolly Romero. When Rolly was supposed to fight Tank the first time, and that one came out with all these allegations, they cut him even before the court.
And then she went away. And then she
disappeared. Yeah.
And then Rachel Donaire was telling the story about, I think she said she was overseas or somewhere, and that they did that to one of her fighters. Had a girl say she was underage and do all this and do all that and file a report, and then the fight don't happen, and then the girl just go away. So like they just find these women to make up these false reports, and then after everything gets whatever they wanted, it just goes away. Now the only issue here is you're on video being aggressive with a woman. You're on video. So it's like Whatever Tank did, he did that shit at this point. Even though your girl keep coming out saying she lying, it's like, is she lying or is she, you know what I'm saying? It's always that question mark there because we seen you be physical and aggressive with a woman.
Yeah.
So it's always that question mark there.
But my thing is when you get to the point, like I don't know if you guys read it,
Mm.
but the stuff that she said, and again, I'm not victim blaming. I want to see all the evidence. But when you get to the point where you're saying that this man walked up to you, punched you, threw you down, dragged you out outside, beat you up outside, then put you in a car, beat you up in the car, and then drove off. Those are three different environments.
Mm.
That's what she said.
And that's what she said in the thing, that he really put hands and feet on her. And no bouncer, no security. I'm in Chicago, okay? Our strip clubs, they do not play. I got a couple of gay cousins, female cousins. We done been to the strip clubs for their birthdays and everything. No, seriously. And when I tell y'all, you can't even pull out your camera. They will toss you up out of there. If you even get touch the girls while they dance, they will throw you, like they will get down and dirty. So I don't know. I can only assume by Miami being one of the capitals of, you know what I'm saying, that type of environment, with Miami, Vegas, Atlanta. Those are the places we hear about in the music. Drake
Yeah.
and all them songs where this is where everybody is going and everything. And so this little 5'4", 5'3" dude walks in, does all of that. No security jumps on him, no DJ, no owners, no nobody. He drags her out. Nobody stops him. Nobody jumps in front of the car. And all the strippers look. Strippers know how to fight. Okay, they know how to fight. So none of them had her back.
It's
Like that's
possible.
what's just scratching my head. Like, wait a minute, what was your girls at? Like,
But you
what's
know
going
that Tank is
on?
famous though, Key. You gotta remember Tank's not just like some regular old dude. He's a famous guy. So like you don't be
All the
surprised.
more to
But
jump on
still,
him. Like everybody gonna get paid. Like, come on, it's like they waited, and then now in the lawsuit it says that she had several witnesses that was there when all this happened. So why didn't they intervene?
now in the lawsuit, is the club also named in the lawsuit or just Tank?
Yes.
Yes,
Tootsie.
yeah, Tootsie.
Because a lot
Mm.
of times this happened in New York and it happened in DC with strip clubs. A lawsuit was filed by a young lady here. First, it was a place called King Arthur's. She filed a lawsuit, a similar thing. A guy got her in the back room of the strip club and so forth. Now, this strip club had the same kind of policies. You touch the girls, you might lose your hand. But somehow he got to her, this, that, and the other, and then the lawsuit was filed. Well, the real reason behind the lawsuit is that there was also an undercover investigation of narcotics being moved by the girls the uh, in the club, but the lawsuit with the assault was really just a smokescreen. Same thing happened with there used to be a very famous strip club in New York called Scores. They had two of them. They used the same tactic, a smokescreen of an assault lawsuit. But the feds was actually investigating the club because the mob was running it and they was washing money through it. So a lot of times those little, now I'm not saying this is happening with Tank, I don't know, but you have to start to look at all of this stuff because everything is now possible, especially if the
Yeah.
club itself is being investigated, because then you can go into the books. You can start tracking how much money is coming in because there's a lawsuit now, and the feds can get access to it very quickly, as opposed to waiting to launch it. When they launch their investigation, it's always quiet. They're always doing it on the QT, and something like that gives them quicker access. So I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if Tank is really involved with what he did, what they claim he did to the girl, I don't know. But you have to now speculate and think about that because this happens a lot now. That's one of the ways they get at you. What's going on, Sin?
What's good with everybody?
What you got for the show?
Ironhearts.
Man, look, I was actually trying to get caught up to speed just listening to what y'all was saying. I just woke up from a little, very late nap. But I was just getting caught up to the speed. I don't know the ins and outs of this alleged investigation or what's going on with Tank. But it seems very strategically timed. What's the okay? Could just somebody give me just a quick rundown of what may have happened or what they're saying?
So on the 27th, which was a Monday, I guess, or some are saying Friday or whatever the case, basically a few days ago, Tank went into the biggest strip club in the world, located in Miami, walked up to the girl, beat her up in the strip club, dragged her outside the strip club, beat her up outside, threw her in the car, and kidnapped her and drove off.
Wow.
And so nobody intervened. There's no camera footage that has came out. Nobody with their cameras out. It's just, and so instead of the police picking it up, she decided to file a lawsuit and is suing him for assault.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So me, I'm the conspiracy king. I think everything is a conspiracy. I don't believe a motherfucking thing until everything is unequivocally proven to be whatever they say it isn't or is. Who was the first person to break the news of Tank retiring? Do y'all remember?
Tank.
Tank
Wasn't
was
it Tank?
No, Tank. All right, Tank talked about it. What, about 2 fights ago? That was probably about 2 fights ago before the Roach fight, right?
Yeah.
You know that. Now, who broke the news of Tank retiring recently?
Tony's
The
review.
Roach fight.
Tony's reviews.
Oh no, I'm talking about somebody bigger. Because the first person I heard, I wanted to see if another name was going to come up. Because the first person I heard say something was supposed to be, I think, Rick Glazer, or somebody that wasn't even connected to Tank. The last time these retirement talks were surfacing, it was Rick Glazer, if I'm not mistaken, about 2 to 3 months ago, that was saying that was the first person to say that Tank may be retiring before any of these other retirement talks came up behind the Jake Paul fight or anything else. So I say that to say I spoke to I believe it was on 2 Cent. I don't know if you remember me and you having a discussion 2 Cent when I was talking about people not knowing the real burden of why certain people may want to retire at the age of 30, at the height of their careers, how many hands may be in certain people's pockets. The cartel snatching up Canelo's brother, which we don't know the depths of of how that ordeal went, but we know that the cartel don't just grab up family members and just walk the fuck away into the sunset and give them back. Oh, we got the wrong person. There could be ins and outs and depths of handlers and all sorts of corporate thuggery, because these dudes are boxers. We see them as we see them as what we see them as champions, so on and so forth. But in reality, these dudes are the workhorses. They're really the cattle, in the whole ordeal. And it's a whole bunch of the way this industry is set up. It's made for a bunch of people who don't have the talent to be able to play into this game. So we don't know how many people and circumstances, especially when you see a situation like this. This shit sounds just as unbelievable as Robin Givens taking a Mike Tyson hit and nobody threw her millions of dollars when they found out that Tyson was whooping her motherfucking ass. And we seen Tyson knock out motherfuckers that was 4 or 5 times the size of Robin Givens. But she said she took a Tyson hit and nobody thought to try to make a fight with her and Mike Tyson. I'm just saying, that's how unbelievable this shit is. If you say when Rihanna said she got beat up by Chris Brown, it looked like she fought Mike Tyson. I seen actual motherfucking pictures. I find it hard to believe that anybody could say that I fought a world-class fighter other than a Floyd Mayweather or Shakur Stevenson, somebody with a soft touch. I can't imagine nobody getting into it with a Tank Davis or something like that and not having the visible war wounds to at least validate their claims. So if you ain't got that much, automatically it looks like a setup to me. I mean, somebody correct me if the shit, you know, if I'm not thinking properly, but it just don't sound credible.
Yeah, like I said, the only problem is that Tank has the stuff that we saw in the basketball.
Does anybody else want to give me some feedback before Boxing Hacker starts talking?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I
need somebody with sense.
I'm just saying,
I need somebody with logic.
I will. Okay, so I
going
will
once,
say
going
this.
twice.
I would say so.
Okay.
So I would say this. No, this is what I would say this. Like, okay, I get I 100% like I definitely feel where you're coming from. In this situation, what I find very interesting in this whole thing is that nobody, because okay, I think about this is an apples to oranges comparison, I get it. But I think about the Jay-Z and Beyonce and Solange's altercation in the elevator. And a lot of people don't know that Jay-Z and them was trying to pay the security of that building money for that video not to get released. The security swindled the footage and got paid for it allegedly by TMZ and was paid 6 figures for that footage. Okay, changed him or her whole life. That's what the word is that I got. I say that to say, if this is the world's biggest strip club, and if I know one thing about it is that there's cameras everywhere, it would have instantly came out. We're not talking about an isolated incident. We're talking about 3 environments: inside the club, outside the club, and inside the car. There should be some type of footage out there. Somebody should have something showing this. And she's saying that this has happened on 5 other different occasions. Okay, when? You see what I'm saying? She showed a text message where Tank, I guess, texts her saying, I'ma kill you. You know, no context behind it, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Was it playful? Was it this? Of course they're gonna side it and paint it to make it look like Tank was just this violent person. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm not, but my whole thing is, out of all the fights that this man has been involved in, I have never seen something this close. We're 2 weeks away from a huge fight. I've never seen Tank fumble the bag like this. Like, this will be moronic. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
No.
we talk about
Hold on. He was going into a fight, but hold on, Mike. He was going into a fight before whenever an alleged attack happened, where old girl was in the car and him. That was like right before a fight.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It was like maybe 2 years ago. He was going he was already in training camp going into a fight.
Are you talking about the one where him and that girl got on live and they was going back and forth?
No, allegedly he beat up some girl in the car. And I think
there was never a one that he beat up in a car.
Yeah, I have to Google it.
So assume this goes through, right? Who messed up their event worse? Was it Keyshawn or would it be Tank?
If this one go down, then it would definitely be Tank. There would be no.
I mean, I don't even know. Z Hacker just wanted to. I don't even know why we even answered to entertain that question, because I don't like. Are we even fucking serious? If Tank fell down the stairs, is bigger than Keyshawn getting a motherfucking felony. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even know why you would even try to make that just so you can hear somebody say. Make that scenario just so we can hear somebody say that it's Tank's fault. That's all Hacker wanted to hear.
Sin, let me hop in. This was December 2022. And he was going into the Hector Garcia fight. It happened 1 month before he went into that fight, where old girl was calling the cops from the car saying he beat her up.
Oh, yes, and then she retracted that. That's the reason why it was whatchamacallit. That was his baby the toxic. Oh, you wasn't here when I was talking about it, Tony.
Yeah, but Ken,
About him and that girl.
I understand, but what I'm saying is he has had shit happen right before a fight because that was literally less than a month before a fight.
But on this scale though, Hector, like
this is strategic. This is too strategic. Like, yo, let's say, like, see, because I believe in corporate thuggery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that the way that the dudes in the business suits play, it's not like the way me and you play, where it's like, you know, hey, yo, let's pull up. At best, maybe I might sleep in the woods, find out where you live, and might just pop out on you at best. But these motherfuckers approach you from a whole nother chest-like angle. So let's say maybe Turkey or somebody wanted to sabotage the fight. Maybe they want to take over the fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want to hijack it and utilize a replacement. Get Tank out the way because they just had an event that probably they didn't recuperate on. So maybe some people can create an event where they could make things so tumultuous, or, you know, if that's the word I'm looking for, or so chaotic that, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, Tank is a risk. You know what I'm saying, we can't really put on this fight with this guy. We got to find a replacement to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get this event going because we got such and such. And hey, you know, man, this dude might be fucking around fighting Shakur Stevens. He might get replaced with Shakur.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the perfect setup for this shit to happen.
It does happen.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the perfect setup for a fight to be hijacked. And like, I'm seeing all sorts of possibilities for bullshit, but that, you know, if you're thinking like a puppet master and not a puppet just on the field or whatever, if you're thinking like an actual handler, then you could see how many different ways you can manipulate the situation, even hijack this fight.
It's not going to hijack the fight. From my understanding,
I'm just saying.
Listen to what I'm telling you. From my understanding, it's civil. This isn't criminal. It's a civil case. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if he gets sued in court or not, because that's all they can do. The fight.
When I just woke up, before I caught this stream, when I just woke up, well, when I was just on Instagram, and Tucson, I don't know if you know, that's me, the Devil's Tears that be sending you some of the boxing links or whatever. That's my page on Instagram. So, I woke up on Instagram right before I caught this stream, and it was saying that Tank was being replaced for the Jake Paul fight.
It could happen, yeah.
So I just woke up.
He's
Is kidnapping actually one of the claims though that they're saying? Because if it's kidnapping involved, it can't be just civil. It's kidnapping.
Well, hold on, kidnapping. If I take
she said kidnapping. Have y'all? You got to read the thing. She said kidnapping.
But look,
that's what I'm saying. If he did all of this, the police, the DA would have picked it up.
But look, if I get in an argument with you and I take you 2 feet, let's say if me and you arguing, even you as a female, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know your name, miss. But to use you as an example, if I take you, you know what I'm saying, let's say me and you arguing and I just happen to decide to get a little physical and I like took you by your elbow and shook you like 2 feet away from my car, that's kidnapping because I forced you beyond your will a certain distance.
No, that's not kidnapping.
Yes, it is. They will label that as kidnapping. A lady just tried to charge me with somebody who was getting violent with me, and I shook their ass up, and the motherfuckers tried to cite me for kidnapping. And I just, you know what I'm saying, like I just had to get motherfuckers under control.
That's assault. Kidnapper, y'all.
With all that is
I literally got cited for this shit. Like, you know, I just had to.
But what's in saying true?
The cops were not there.
Hold on, Master Hacker. Hold on. What you say, Mr. Greg?
Didn't you say that she also reported it to the police?
I read in the article that she reported it to the police.
All I know is this: if the cops were not there, and she is not pursuing legal charges against him and it's purely civil, it will not go to legal court. The state will not pick it up. The feds.
But what strip club do y'all know that does not? This is the biggest strip club in Miami. It didn't have police that. Come on,
They're
y'all.
going to pick it up. Like, they're going to pick
Come
it up.
on,
And it's high
y'all.
it's a high profile case.
Hold on, y'all. Let me
will
get this
not pick.
cash app. Let me get this cash app, y'all. Shout out to Ishmael Hassan with the $5 in the cash app. He says just showing support on educated opinion. Shout out to Hassan for his support to the channel.
Yeah,
Unless she goes after him legally, they're not going to pick it up because they did not catch the night of. I'm telling you, they're not going to pick it up. Now, if she goes and presses charges and does a legal case, then they will. But here's the thing about it. Civil court is easier to win because you don't have to prove without a reasonable doubt. You just have to put some doubt, and then you can still win your case, whether the person's innocent or not. In legal court, it has to be without a doubt that you're guilty. So again, it's easier to get somebody in civil than legal. And if she's not going for legal, then it's probably all bullshit. But I don't know. I'm staying neutral till it all comes out. But it will not stop the fight unless she goes legally after him.
Well, what it might
still
do,
can stop
though,
the fight, though.
I'll say something for a
They
second,
can just
y'all.
remove them because they don't like the look.
Oh, all right. Who am I to be saying? Sure.
Go ahead.
Yo, listen. That kidnapping thing is it's a sensitive topic for me because my homie, his daughter just got kidnapped out here in Philly by some weirdo. And this dude, you know what I'm saying, he unalived her. And it's something that people tend to take
I'm so
lightly.
sorry, Frequent.
And like they just recently they just revealed their text messages and stuff like that. Her last text message was "kidnap me again," and nobody know like what context it's in. Me personally, I think the context was he probably was threatening to kidnap her, and she probably was like brushing it off and was like, "Oh, you gonna kidnap me again?" But the words was just "kidnap me again," so it's like, it's like a question there. Like you got some people trying to say, "Oh, she knew him and she was friendly with him, she was messing with the dude," but then it's other people who said no, she already was saying that she was being harassed by this dude or whatever. But going back to this right here, if she's claiming that he kidnapped her and that's not really the case, that's diabolical, man. But I really don't want to pick a side or try to create a narrative about it because we don't know the facts. We don't know what actually happened. But a lot of times people will say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
I gotta
all
mute
of
you,
these
Ironheart. You got too much feedback.
all of these different women keep coming out and saying that Tank did something to him. I think at this point we got to say that Tank really need to really stay away from these type of chicks, like especially at a time like this, when you got a whole lot of money on the line and it's a lot of business to be taken care of. I think he probably need to fast, man.
All right,
I don't want to
shout
say
out
too
to
much. I
Alan.
don't want to take no
goddamn yapping, man.
Shout out to Alan Sostan with the $5 in the cash app. He says for support. Shout out Alan Sostan for the $5. Yeah, y'all know I'm up late tonight, and we got about 15 more minutes on here, y'all. I'm sleepy.
Let me get on here too, sis. Let me say something. See, none of y'all been to Tootsie, so I was in Tootsie's probably every day for like 2 years.
Every day.
So my bad. So like I know how it is, and I'm gonna tell you that.
Every day, Dundry?
Hey, don't judge me.
Do we need to have an intervention with
I already had one. We had to add Tootsie's too. But Tootsie's it's very popular place, and there's a lot. I'm telling you, it's so many police officers out there, motherfucker. It's like you can't turn down the street before you see the police officers sitting out. They sit out there and wait because they know something's going to happen that night. So, because it's always something going on.
What if it wasn't a popping night? What if it wasn't a popping night?
It don't matter. Tootsie's is always popping. It's like Tootsie's, The Office, KOD, all them. They always jumping. Like the strip club in Florida is always going. Like it does not matter the day. Like so, it's like, and the strip clubs don't close to like 5 in fucking Florida. So it's like you got to think about that's what everybody's going after they leave the club. So it's like. if this happens on a Friday, that's what it says on a Friday. There was a lot of people there. I'm telling you that now. There was a lot of people there, and I've seen people get arrested. I've seen Trick Daddy get arrested. I've seen other rappers come from out of town get arrested. I've seen so many people get arrested at that club, and they way more high profile at the time than Tank was. Tank is a big boxer, but he's not a superstar like some of these other people is in Florida. Like some of these people in Florida that I've seen get locked up. Kodak almost got locked up out there. So it's like, no, if something happened, that shit should be on camera. It's going to be on camera. Somebody's going to record it, and somebody's going to say something about it. Believe me.
The footage yet. Maybe they're trying to wait till closer to the fight or some shit.
I ain't heard.
We don't know what's what. We don't know what people got at this point.
Believe me, I'm gonna put some feelers out tomorrow. I'm gonna call some of my people in Miami and find out, because I know some people that work out at Tootsie still.
But why would she lie about Tootsie? Like, this is my question, right? I'm not saying innocent, nothing. I'm just asking questions. Why would you lie about something that I could go prove?
Because his baby mama just got paid. Does not talk.
But she wasn't at Tootsie's though.
But think about this: if your baby mama getting paid to not talk about the criminals, I can go sue you, and I know you're gonna give me some money to shut the fuck up, even if I'm lying. Same thing that happened with like the Shannon Sharp stuff. Even though they was consensual, they still got him for how many millions?
Oh my God, that is the perfect example because she was actually a sex slave. Sorry.
You understand that? So it's like, if a motherfucker can get you on something, they gonna have we not seen this play a million times by now? Yep. So it's like, if we see this play over and over and over, I had this happen to me before. I had a girl had to try to say, "Oh, I kidnapped her before." I'm like, what? No, I had to go to court for that.
Dude, I'm here. Hold on now. You got Dondra kidnapping people.
Hey, look, I'm a wild boy. I'll tell you right now.
I knew y'all was some wild boys.
I ain't saying it's true or not. I ain't saying it's true or not. But if y'all define kidnapping as telling the motherfucker to move 2 feet and they move 2 feet beyond their will because I chose for them to move, then maybe I might have forced somebody to move. You know what I'm saying? I might have forced somebody, once or twice.
Man, I had a girl say I kidnapped her and she drove to my house.
I ain't put nobody in no truck. I ain't say what?
Kidnapping is when you hold somebody against their will. You won't allow them
a certain distance. No, a certain distance. You move somebody at a certain distance within their will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me
they were charged on kidnapping for that alone. You don't have to put nobody in a trunk. You don't have to confine them in the area. All they have to do is say that he told me to move over here, and I was threatened for my life, or I was scared. I was intimidated into moving beyond my will this distance, and they will charge you with kidnapping.
That's not kidnapping.
Frequent.
Hold on, time out.
I work for the courts, man. That's not
frequent. I'm not trying to mute you, but we're not about to talk about kidnapping. That's not the topic of the conversation. We're not about to make a whole 30, 45-minute conversation about what kidnapping is. No, we're not talking about that right now. We're not finna do that.
Yeah, my bad. I was just giving an example of where this could be weaponized against a fighter.
I've been working for the courts for 15 years.
Hold on.
So you're.
Well, hold on. Let me say something right quick.
Hold on, too rich. Frequent. You're not finna come up here with that bullshit. Nobody's spreading no false narratives. We're talking, we speculating, we're just having a regular conversation. So stop that false. Nobody's doing that. We're just talking. Nobody is.
The man is saying kidnapping is pushing somebody across the.
Bro, kidnapping is a broad term, bro. Shut your ass up.
Go ahead.
So
what the fuck I said.
So at Tootsie's, so it's cameras and it's police everywhere. Correct?
Every goddamn where. Like in general, how Florida clubs are set up, the police are set outside of every strip club. They don't leave. They might go switching shifts, but they're always there. Like you will have at least 2 cops cars at every strip club because they're open so late.
So he couldn't have choked her, grabbed her, dragged her, beat up inside, took her outside, beat up outside, put in the car.
And where was the bouncers?
First of all, say he got past the bouncers. The police not gonna let you slide.
Rich, I'm gonna let you go too, Rich.
All right, my bad. Go ahead.
It hasn't been released yet, so.
So first of all, if they got out, say the bouncers was like, "Oh, that's Tank. We're gonna leave you alone." You get outside and the police see you. It don't matter if the bouncers let you slide. They not gonna let you slide.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but hold on, because we acting like there's no way he could have got away with this. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
he could have got away with it. But I'm telling you, the likelihood of it, first of all, of it happening, if he's dragging somebody else, somebody pulling their phone out.
We just don't know. They might have the footage. They just waiting to drop it. That's why
they should. 2 cents. That footage is worth money right now. TMZ already done put a feel out. If anybody got the footage, bring it to me.
Oh, did they do that?
They already did it. If it's already out there, they've already said 100,000, and they would have dropped it by now.
Yeah,
it's probably
well, they might not be able to because they might have to turn it in.
No, it's a civil case. They can drop whatever they want. TMZ don't care about nothing.
Look at what they did with Diddy and Cassie.
TMZ do not care. You can't tell TMZ what to do. They gonna drop. They've been sued 1,000,000 times. Do you think they care? They got retainers for that.
And look how long they sat on that tape.
Man, so they got to get these people to sign NDAs though. Seriously, I don't even know why that's not even standard. Go ahead, too Rich. What you have?
You beating somebody's ass, they can still take you to court.
Hey, well, let me say this, man. I can speak to this with some factual information. I'm gonna have to agree with Sin, where in Georgia, if you move a person 10 feet, that's kidnapping. My cousin went to the gas station, grabbed a girl, the arm, took her to the car. They called the police. He got charged with kidnapping. So, as far as why the footage, what they're saying here is why no footage is according to the lawsuit. The girl, Tank took her to a room. The back room did not have security camera where the so-called main assault took place. So the reason why he didn't necessarily walk her through the club, he walked her through grabbed her and walked her through a stairwell. So they claim he did that to avoid the cameras. That's what this report is.
So he know where all the cameras is.
So he know where the cameras is.
Yeah, basically, he knew where to take her. That's what they're alleging. They're alleging
so they
that he
have
knew
video evidence of him grabbing her and taking her there.
Where they saying that?
You understand that?
Any footage catching her walking through somewhere or whatever.
You need video proof of him being there, and you need video proof of him grabbing that girl and taking her in there. You understand that?
That club could have been packed and people might not have been paying attention like that.
Then after that, you still have to have video of every exit. That's by law.
All I would say is that if a motherfucker tell me they got bit, yeah, right. I'm telling you, look, all I can say is that if somebody tell me they got bit by a bear, I expect to see a tooth mark at the least at whatever site they said they got bit at. So as soon as motherfuckers start fashioning the story and wait, I got to go get the war wound first, and wait, I got to go find all the pieces of the puzzle before I tell you exactly what happened. Anytime there's a missing element to it, it's just as janky as that little stunt that where they supposed to have Poole Crawford over and shit. Like, why y'all got half the footage? Why y'all giving us an edited version? Y'all trying to portray the victim, but y'all giving us a partial story. Y'all trying to dress shit up before it gets to us. So, like we're dealing with the watered down version of whatever it is, whatever narrative they're trying to put out. And essentially it just seems like they're trying to demonize or weaponize the people against this fight, or, against the promoters. Let's say the promoters might find Tank to be a risk to promote at this time. So, that like there's all sorts of little nuances and stuff that we could pay attention to it seems too strategic. And there's too much money at risk. Like the shit's, they're not going to let the money just float off into midair. Somebody's going to grab it. It's up for grabs right now. With all of this shit going on, with us just having this debate right now, there's promoters that's having these same questions and deciding if they want to go forward.
Especially how much have they spent already? How much money has been spent already?
I think between those two, I don't know.
Say that again.
I said, how much money has been spent already?
It's right. It's no telling. Like, look at Murder Inc. with the feds. They one of the only people that's supposed to have beat the feds, but when they beat the feds, they had none of their money left. They spent over $100 million in fucking legal defense. Yeah. So it's like, it's barely worth it to beat them. Yeah. Did you really beat them?
And the whole idea was for them to see when they got cut off from Universal, they didn't have any more money coming. So yeah,
right.
They got beat. They didn't beat the feds. They got beat by the feds.
Right. But they still got their freedom. but they lost all their finances at the cost of their finances.
Because they didn't want, because who they really wanted was, I believe it was Supreme they wanted.
Right, exactly.
And so if you can't give them any money to fight them, they won. And that's what
They'll
happened.
crumble your whole empire. Everything you work for 10 years, they'll take it in one. Less than that. So, I just see this as a real strategic, like I say, it's a money grab. And I'm just waiting to see where the money goes.
Oh, okay, but let's say that, like, when you're a fan of a fighter, of course you want to take up for him, and I hope to God he get out this situation or whatever case may be. But there's a problem. You can't keep playing with the law. You can't keep having your name dragged through the mud before they put you in. Huh? No, what I'm saying is, why you have to? Okay, if this your little homie, this your son or it's your nephew, homie, bro, you gotta stop putting yourself in these situations. Because if they say that, okay, this girl saying you dragged her through the club, where's footage of you dragging a girl through a basketball game? At some point, you're gonna stop playing with the law and putting yourself in that situation. At some point, this is about Tank, because you went to the club, whether you beat her or not. Clearly, you went there. You went there. Why did you go there? You got $60 million or whatever on the table. Why is that more important than the 40 to $60 million that you get? Why is this girl not answering her phone more important than you getting your money?
Nigga,
so I told y'all, money is not enough. Money is not enough.
Another hole. That's what the problem might have been. He might have wanted to pick up another one. That's the problem. He's a womanizer. So you don't know. So you just off here speculating bullshit. You just want you don't like Tank, so we know you coming from a bad situation.
You don't walk away every time, even if you're innocent. Niggas don't walk away even when they're innocent. You got to stop playing that game. Y'all got at some point you got to teach them. You can't just he ain't do it again. At some point you talk to him.
See, my thing is that
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm also just kind of thinking just a little bit like, is it some truth to it? Maybe is he being aggressive with these women? Is he grabbing on them? Okay, are they exaggerating the story? Maybe. Is this being put in place to sabotage him? Maybe. Like, all of this stuff could be taken into consideration. Like, two things can be true. He is being aggressive with these women, and they're putting him in a position to use it to sabotage him. Like,
first of all, as a 5'4" nigga, ain't too many women we can grab up. First of all, so let's get this out the way. Most girls that he going after is taller than him and bigger than him. So if they letting him grab him, they need to be beat too because they tripping.
I ain't gonna go that far.
So you saying he can't overpower these women, but he can overpower Jake Paul?
I was joking, stupid. God dang, stop taking everything so serious. Y'all niggas.
You can't tell I'm joking.
God dang.
Hey, we on the female platform. We on the female platform, and I don't know what the monetization, ramifications are. So I'm real careful with what I say. Yeah, in certain situations.
You can say whatever you want. Just drop that super chat.
Oh yeah, I got you for sure. But I'm gonna have to start putting it. I'm gonna have to keep you on retainer for that because I'm a wild out
for sure.
But yeah, like on some real shit, I just say that the story. I ain't a fan of nobody. Like we say fan. I ain't about to wear no Tank merchandise or no shit like that. Like, I'm not a fan of nothing. I would just say that the story seems weak. If you tell me that you've been in in a war battle or something of that sort, then I expect to see something that identifies or that replicates that. And based on what they're saying, then being that I know cameras are everywhere, especially, man, I could bring up situation after situation. I just know that it just seems like they would have more ammunition to support whatever the allegation is. And it seems like they need to strengthen up their claims right now. And if you have time to strengthen up the claim, then that means the story is being modified. So I'll wait till you have the story dressed up well enough for me to actually formulate a sound opinion on it. But until then, it don't sound like you fought Tank Davis to me, or it don't sound like that Tank Davis did what Tank is normally known to do to most motherfuckers, because I feel like if he hit somebody, a female, with no gloves and outside of the controlled environment of boxing, I feel like there's going to be some visible damages somewhere that we should be able to at least, see to some degree. Like I said, hold on.
Didn't she do a press conference? Did anybody see that?
No.
I mean, it's a money grab. We know that. It's a money grab.
Like I said, when Rihanna said she fought Chris Brown, it looked like she fought Mike Tyson. So she ain't say she fought him. But I'm just saying, when the stories came out, it looked like she was in there with a boxer. Or at least we seen some visible,
she got
evidence. So
yeah, but at the same time, we heard that she really wasn't innocent and all of that too. Though.
I mean, that's all well and good. The point is that the allegations, the initial story matched up with what we demonized Chris Brown for today. The initial story, we seen visible damages from the jump. So somebody else saying that I got into it with the top boxer in the world, who is known. This ain't Floyd Mayweather. Even the ones that said that what's his name, that Floyd hit him or whatever. We haven't seen no damages, but we can't expect. We seen Floyd in 36-minute fights where he hasn't left a bruise on a motherfucker.
So she said he hit her too.
They said that he beat the chick down. They saying Tank. Yeah, they said that.
Yeah,
ain't that what you just said?
That yes, in the report it says that that he choked, punched, all that.
Has he spoken on this at all?
He's denying the claims.
Okay.
All of them? He's denying all of them?
Yes.
Like I didn't do that shit at all. She made it all up.
That's what he's saying. He ain't
He on probation or parole. He got to deny it.
Yeah. But
the first place.
There should be no room to deny it, though. That's my thing. If you were dealing with a boxer, and if I say a boxer hit me, there should be little room for the boxer to deny it. I should at least have a bruise or something somewhere, depending on how fragile I am. But even as a grown ass man, I could play that card. And if I say that this boxer hit me, it has to be something that looks like a boxer fucking hit you. Plain and simple.
Listen, y'all. This is such a great conversation, but it's 1:22, y'all. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. I'm exhausted. I absolutely hate to get off of here, but I'll be on here till 3:00 in the morning for real, falling asleep, leaving people stuck in the background like I did before. But listen, thank y'all for coming up. I appreciate everybody's insight. Very good, educated conversation today. I feel like we got a lot of understanding today. Everybody was able to get their point across without being accused of one thing or another. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'll be live again. I might do a pop-up tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But shout out to y'all for coming up and joining me. I appreciate everybody for coming up. We won't do no final 2 cents today. I hate that my live messed up. I had like almost 60 people on here. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for joining me. Shout out to everybody that helped supported the channel today, whether it was through the Cash App or a Super Chat. Your support is always greatly appreciated to the channel. Please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We on the road to 5,000, but the next stop is 2,000 subscribers. We almost there. Well, no, we're not almost there. We at about 1,500 right now. But in my mind, we almost there, right? So if you haven't already, punch the subscribe button. If you're a regular listener to the channel and you really enjoy the channel and you know other people that enjoy boxing, if you know 3 other people that enjoy boxing, just take the best live, the one you enjoyed the most, or take my favorite video, the one you enjoy the most, and just send it out to 3 people and say, hey, if you like boxing, check out 2 Cents Boxing and let me know what you think. But listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, timing you out, kicking you out the chat, leaving you in the background, muting you on the panel, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.